can tell by the title of all this is a 100% race. This category should take about 45 minutes to 50 minutes for these runners, and we'll see how that goes. And we are off. Neither runner chooses to do the advanced strat at the beginning. The advanced strat involves inhaling both of those Waddle Doos and mixing them for wheel. Mix is a property that happens in this game when you inhale two enemies who would otherwise give you an ability. It starts you on a roulette wheel on the position of the first enemy inhaled. The roulette wheel goes around in a set order, and you have to stop it by pressing A. And there are 4 frames for each ability on the first pass through. So it's a 4-frame trick. It's a common reset point for higher level runners, but alternatively, you can just go through it without an ability. FasterSuperSonic is a bit ahead right now. Timers are all synced up, so you've got a good indication of who is where. Inhaling 2 enemies also gives you the option to fit out a double star. Double stars do a lot more damage than a normal single enemy inhaled single star, and in the early game, they very much kill mid-bosses. We haven't seen any copy abilities yet. Other runners might show you wheel by this point, like I said. However, we're going to be coming up on burning, the first ability in this run, and we use it to go horizontally very fast. It doesn't do a ton of damage. All basic enemies in this game take 1 hit to kill. The only enemies that don't take 1 hit to kill are mid-bosses, Meta Knight arenas, and bosses. So we're not exactly melting Frosty here. We kind of have to chip away at him using the tail end of our hitbox, as you'll see Hybrid doing right now. You have to time those A presses, and if you mess it up, then you can get really out of rhythm with it, and it's hard to recover, because he keeps continuing on with his attack pattern getting more and more, I guess you could say, random. FasterSuperSonic finishing the level, Pro Hybrid entering the last room. I forgot to point out the invincibility candy in this. Oh, Hybrid is just missing that. An invincibility candy, you don't take damage, and you can just walk through in 1 hit. Oh, Hybrid realizing he needs that ability. Sorry, there's no ability? There you go, there's Sword. You can walk through enemies and just kill them instantly. However, it doesn't do any damage to bosses and mid-bosses, as you'll see later in the game. Burning is not the fastest way to kill Wispy. FasterSuperSonic handling that fight well, although it is not difficult at all. You kind of just slam your face into a tree until it dies. On fire, of course. You wouldn't want to slam your face into it if you weren't on fire. But we kill it with burning typically because you can see it's very fast in 2-1. He's just zooming through these rooms. We're going to eventually drop it in 2-2. Hybrid soft resetting. Soft resetting, basically, it's like restarting the game. Every time you restart Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, you have full health and 2 lives. That's just how it is every time. However, this comes at the cost of losing any ability that you already had. We're about to see another double star kill on a mid-boss from FasterSuperSonic. Kind of have those little stairs there like Super Mario Bros. But another instant kill, and we have Wheel. Wheel is exceptionally fast, and this room is just like tailor-made for Wheel. Although we just want to skip this little zigzag section up, we just fly up there early. Because we really can't be bothered to go back and forth just to go up. Hybrid has Tornado into this room. That's not too big of a deal, because what matters is having a second ability to inhale both the star and the enemy. So you get the double star. It's a very simple double star kill. There's like literally zero risk. The only problem is that you might spit your double star early and then it just kind of phases through the grand wheelie. And he lives. And that's a huge problem because he really doesn't like to give you stars or little enemies to kill him with. So, Faster is in the Meta Knight's room. It's kind of an arena style thing. It is an arena style thing. All the enemies spawn in a certain order, so once you kill one enemy, you know exactly what the next one's going to be, right? So you can do that to route it well, and you can have the same exact fight every time. You're going to see Pro Hybrid have the same fight as FasterSuperSonic had. You might not remember, like, the exact order of it, but you can just say, oh, that looks the same. I hope. I've been playing this game for so long, like, I don't do the best strats, but I know what everything looks like, at least. FasterSuperSonic just used Spark to absolutely melt TikTok, and I don't mean that app. I'm not endorsing it, I don't like it, but Spark absolutely melts bosses and mid-bosses, and anything that takes more than one hit, right? So Spark, Needle, and Ball are the best DPS abilities in the game. Ball being the hardest ability to use in the game. But that is coming later. Spark absolutely melts bosses. It would have killed Wispy faster, and Spark is available in World 1. However, we really want to keep— oh no, Pro Hybrid getting hit there. He's gonna have to go back to pick up that Sparky, or grab an ability here. That's an interesting backup strat. I've never actually seen that one. So it took more hits to kill TikTok with fire. FasterSuperSonic getting the wheel back. And a lot of these rooms in this game have, like, an ability sitting at the beginning. It's like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if the next room was, like, perfectly designed for this ability? Haha, just kidding. Unless they give you high jump right here. And there is no other ability in the game that can get you up through a lattice, like, looking thing of blocks nearly as well. It's such a hassle to do it powerless. It's like, please use high jump, please use high jump, please. And we're going to use high jump, and we're going to use it to kill the boss, because high jump is really good at damaging enemies. It has 2 attacks. It's got, like, the main jump part, and it's got the cancel hitbox, that little blue circle that you see when he just kind of stops jumping. You just have to press B again in the air. Oh, good kill from FasterSuperSonic. FSS. I'm just going to say FSS because I've been saying his full name way too long. 3-1 has a pretty annoying boss fight. Another TikTok. You really want to play it safe because you can really run around and be annoying. Faster. FSS almost getting hit there, but he handled it well. His timing was good. And you just have to worry. So we're going to see the first switch here. This is what differentiates 100% from any percent. The lowest possible percent you can get in this game, and beating the final boss, is 83%. And that leaves 17% left. And lo and behold, there are 17 switches in this game. You saw FSS hit that switch, and basically what it does is open up a bonus mini-game room. That's an arena, right there with the little axes crossed. And it restores your health as well. So health management really isn't a problem at all in 100%. Pro Hybrid. Ooh, handling that TikTok fight good as well. FSS. however, is coming up in one of the most infamous fights in this game, Bugsy. So, Bugsy... Oh! He loses sword. Oh, he kills the sword! FS... So we're coming up on Bugsy, right? Bugsy has the jankest hurt boxes in this game. Look at that! He just swings his sword and goes right through him! You have to be, like, basically inside of Bugsy. And when you're inside of Bugsy, he grabs you! Ooh, nice on the backward hitbox right there. But if Bugsy grabs you, he basically does a really long throw animation on you, and then you lose your ability. And it really, really sucks. And the longest one being him picking you up in his mandibles and just slamming you on the ground, I think like 6 times. We call that the down throw. Which leads to the community joke about a melee copy pasta. There was, I think it was, some guy complaining on Smashboards about driving all the way down to FSU or some other college just to get down throw tech chased by a sheik. And it starts with I drove down to FSU to get whatever. We call it driving down to Butter Building when you get down thrown tech chased by Bugsy. I explain that so poorly, dude. I need to have like a script of all the NIDL community jokes. Ah! I don't need notes for this game. Like, I know this game way better than the back of my hand. Like, okay, first of all, who knows what the back of their hand looks like well? Like, unless you have really veiny hands and can see where your veins, like, go, why would you have any reason to know the back of your hand? I know the gameplay better than the back of my hand. And I know the jokes well, it's just hard to explain them. Like, we just say DDTBB, abbreviating drive down to Butter Building, and we made it a meme category, so we're like, yeah, of course everyone knows what this is. Within the community, however. So all you viewers at home might not know what's going on. This community has a pretty long history. It's been pretty varied between Western runners and Japanese runners as well. World records gone back and forth between East and West a few times. Most recently with Wakaza having the 100% record for a few weeks before MK Cocoon of Canada took it back. But some of the strongest runners in this game have historically been Japanese, such as Oxwas and Suzura Bako. It's a pretty varied community, but recently there's been a lot of connection between the two. We've had a bunch of races, East and West, just a general overall Kirby race between the two. It's been really cool. But this game has a long history and it's grown so much over the past 3 years. The world record has vastly improved. 100% was a much less optimized category than any percent. Another switch here from FSS, that little block explosion thing he tries to trap you in and say, ha, look at this idiot loser who doesn't know exactly what's going to happen. But the thing is, we're not idiot losers, we are speedrunners, and we play games that we absolutely hate, so we know what's going to happen, right? So we don't get trapped by that, unless you make a huge blunder. Man, I really don't want to talk all this and then see, like, Pro Hybrid do it, and I'd feel so bad if that happened. I'm just making it worse. I need to shut up. I need to shut up. I need to shut up. Please get through, Pro Hybrid. Okay, he got through. I feel good about myself. Okay, FSS is on Sun and Moon. There's a huge division in the community about this boss fight. It's really, really big, and it's like a huge schism. It's, do you guess Sun, or do you guess Moon first? If you guess neither and just stand in the middle, like FSS, kinda lame. We really like people who risk it for the biscuit. Moon Crew is much bigger than the Sun Squad. Moon Crew is the correct pick as well. Always guess Moon. If you guess properly, you save, like, a fraction of a second. and if you don't guess at all, I think it's just faster on average. However, guessing is so much more fun, and so much less lame. Guessing is just what you should be doing in this game. You know, it feels good to gamble on something that doesn't matter either. MK Cocoon gets all mad if you're like, no, it matters, it matters! Like, dude, shut up. If you wanted to truly do Feels Caveman, then you'd have to guess. A while back, Mr. Shasta made shirts that said Sun Squad and Moon Crew on them. I don't own a Moon Crew shirt, but I know Rox does. It's really simply epic. Wait, what? Hybrid has UFO? Oh, you got it from the earlier. I'm sorry. I forgot that there was UFO in that level. You never really pick it up. There's no real need to. Most runners do a high jump. However, you can do UFO. So, Poppy Bros fight, 2 of them, and they both have bananas for shoes. I don't quite understand that design choice, why they have bananas for shoes. But they do have bananas for shoes. And that's a fact, and you can't unsee it now. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules around here. I don't make the sprites around here either, apparently. FSS is going into a room with the horizontal wind mechanic, and it's basically the only room in the game that has this mechanic. Heavily underutilized and quite cool. Quite epic. Also, you'll see Pro Hybrid. Oh, he doesn't hit those spikes. You can hit those spikes before that pep brew. It's like the only intentional damage boost in this game. It's an optional strat, of course, as well. And you might have, if you're doing the super advanced strats, then you might have room, wheel in that room as well, in which case you don't need to do it. So it's kind of a strat that's been lost to time, but I still do it. Because I learned this game so long ago, and I'm like, I don't want to change it now. I'd muscle memory do the old strats anyway. It took me like 3 years to finally be like, you know what, maybe I should learn the 1-1 wheel mix that's only 13 seconds into the game. Horizontal wind, again, only exists in this room, and I don't know why they did that. They have vertical wind later on, but it's not as important, and it does create one of the scariest rooms in the game. FSS is back on wheel, however for a short time only. We're going to see him pick up Spark in the next room. This wheel room is, again, perfectly meant for wheel. It's just sitting there asking for you to take its copy ability, like, please, eat me! I don't know why King DDD would put his minions in boxes like that, like, ooh, man, I'm gonna put one of my, big guys next. I wonder what Kirby would enjoy. FSS taking throw there. There's 2 different ways you can go about this. One of them is taking throw, and the other one is taking spark. You kind of just jump and spark at these blocks, or you can just yeet these stars at various angles to get through. Spark is faster. And again, guess who put off learning that strat for the longest time? Because he knew how to do throw, and he's like, no, I'm fine with this. That's right, Chooch 236. Another invincibility candy on FSS. You're running through so many enemies here, and everything is flashing, which means that you lose a ton of inputs. Like, this game sees all these inputs in the beginning of this room, and they're like, wow, that is seriously gourmet. And it just eats them. It eats them all up, and you'll lose a lot of jumps, and you just start falling 1,000 miles, like, wait, why am I doing this? Ooh, Pro Hybrid going for the Spark strats. So you're going to see those as well. You're going to see the non-throw strategy in that arena coming up as well. Frogs. Always kill the frogs in this room that FSS is in. Even if they don't hit you, even if they're not in your way, they've ruined just so many of your runs, I just feel the need to kill those frogs. Seriously, harder than the final boss. And you'll see what I mean when I say harder than the final boss, because I mean it. That TikTok fight is ridiculously easy with Sword. And there's a little hidden room door right there in that dark room. This is the last dark room in the game. I think there's only 3 of them. Maybe 2. But those cool spooks, those little halo guys with enemies, you get their ability, it's single use, and it just lights up dark rooms. That's all it does. And it does no damage to anything else, and it kind of just chills out there the entire time. And you know, it doesn't even matter for the rest of the entire game. We're only halfway through the game. That's the other thing. So those cool spooks, they've got the sunglasses and the halos and look like ghosts. The old world record holder, Halo Dude 862, we call those enemies Halo Dudes now. And I think we even have some splits named after him because of those guys. For people who like to creatively name their sub-splits. FasterSuperSonic on the big Kracko, the decider of runs. Spawning him on the right side like a reasonably human being and not any of the other runners. Good boy. Ooh, getting hit by the floating eyeball. Sauron does not approve. It's actually faster to grab high jump in the room that Pro Hybrid does, and not in the boss fight. So he might make up some time on that Kracko fight. Further we get into the game, the more and more switches you see until it culminates in World 6, in which every single level has a switch. As opposed to World 7 only having 2 switches. But just a gradual build up to World 6, and then nothing, or close to nothing in World 7. 5-1 is a ridiculously easy level. It's very chill, very low impact. Kind of just bool out, avoid some penguins. Not a lot of problems. Just chilling out, living a good life. Sometimes you must simply bool. Speaking of booling out, you're going to see Ball. Ball gives you this neat little cap and the ability to become a ball. And you're like, hey, Kirby's already a ball. Oh, okay, never mind, no ball. We're gonna go back and get Ball. Yep. But what if we just removed his arms and legs? And they're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Now, how is this gonna work? Now, have you ever taken a physics class? And all the devs at this point are like, what? Wait, what do you mean have you taken a physics class? Like, yeah, of course, but what does this have to do with, like, actual things? So if you consider the elasticity of this pink alien orb, and at this point, they're like, what are you on, my guy? Like, how high are you? But hear me out, it does like 1 trillion damage, and you can't control it at all. At that point, they're like, whatever, just put it in the game. So now we have Ball. As you saw, it 2-hit bonkers. The speed is independent of the damage, so you can just absolutely run wild on all of these bosses. Kind of insane. Mid-bosses, final bosses, all of the bosses. You're going to see it used for Heavy Mole and King DDD. DE3. More wheel. Wheel fast. The advanced strats in this game find just about every single possible opportunity to mix wheel, because it's that good. Hard strats can be done in this room. Oh, FSS loses his wheel. You can do really hard strats if you keep wheel in it, called Shoss turns. popularized by Mr. _Shasta, the one that I mentioned earlier. We really like to name things, and people who discover this things in this game really like to have them named after themselves, like rocks. I'm not gonna say the name of the whole strat in this level, but we abbreviate it to Rocks Ball or Rocks Climb. Sorry, Rocks Climb, like the move in Pokemon, because you invented it and you use it to climb up a room really fast. We're like, ha, that's neat. I love it. Rocks Climb. Wakaza, also the Japanese runner, also piloted a lot of different strats in this game. So if you just say, I'm doing the Wakaza, people are like, what do you mean? It's like that in Squeak Squad as well. It's pretty funny. FSS, going into the next ballroom. Let's see if he goes for Ball Swag. Ball Swag is not exactly swag because it actually saves time. However, if you miss it, you die. No Ball Swag. No Ball Swag. We just float across the top. No problems. Easy game, easy life. You do Rocks Climb in this room, you kind of just wedge yourself in one of those little notches on the left with a ball. You build up a ton of speed and just go yeet up to the top right where the door is. However, you don't do that in 100%. I did improve on that strat. Oh, no, he didn't Rocks Ball up. Sparkies! Those Sparkies hurt, because you go into a really long animation if you get hit by them. I improved on Rocks Ball, so we're calling it Trox Ball? Chooch Rocks Ball? I don't know. No one's doing any percent right now because it's a 100% tournament. So. No Ball Swag from Hybrid either. This level also has Chooch Ball, which is just me, my strat. I invented it. And it's not in 100% because you have to avoid the one area to get this switch right here. So personally, I get screwed over by 100% and don't get to talk about my amazing, awesome, perfect self in this run as much as I would like to. Ball melts everything. High jump does a lot of damage as well. We're going to see high jump used for a mid-boss here. We're going to see him kill Fire Lion with that. I think it's really funny how they have an enemy called Burning Leo and Fire Lion. Like, I feel like Burning Leo would work so much better for this, but then you can't use Fire Lion for the other one because he's kind of just like an orb with a fire crown and flaming hands, and he moves by rolling. Like, there's got to be a better name for that. Shoutouts to people named Leo. Shoutouts to Leos. Horoscopes. Never shout out Fan. Fan sucks. He's the worst boss in this game. It is pretty close. So here we're going to see an Instamix. You inhale 2 enemies at once, and then you just hold A and down, and you'll get the ability after the one that you inhaled on the roulette wheel. So, as the wheel goes, it's wheel, hammer, and then... Is it sleep, Quill? Is it sleep or is it laser? I can't remember which one it is. But basically, since you inhale wheel, the instant mix for that would be the ability after it, which is hammer. So it's very useful for this room, where you can only use hammer. Oh, FSS. Hybrid going. Let's see how early he mixes on that. Oh, dude, you don't need to redo that. There's so many more wheels in this. Just go to the right. Just keep running. Got these guys. Yes, hammer. Yes. There he goes. Now you just have to get through the rest of this room with hammer. The hammer. Oh, I need to practice 5-6. Oh, I really need to practice 5-6. I just realized how badly I need to practice 5-6. Heavy Mole punches those weird rotating chainsaw balls in random directions at random times. So you can get hit by those. It's really annoying if you do. It's like really a nuisance. You don't lose too much time, but you really and he has a ton of invincibility frames as well. But that FSS handled that terrifically. Oop. It's preferable to keep hammer there. Doesn't completely matter if you don't, because you can mix for it later. You can auto mix for it later. the auto mix this time would be by letting the timer run out by inhaling these 2 Sparkies. I'm just gonna wait, hammer. Just like that. Cause me to destroy that block right there. Wheel actually destroys those metal boxes in this game as well, which is weird. Like, really weird. IMO, my opinion. This burning movement in this room that FSS has been routed extensively, and he went perfectly through there. Let's see how Pro Hybrid can keep his hammer past these water enemies. And, you know, the bane of our existence, the stupid frogs in this. Ah! And he gets past the frogs. Can he get past the Gordo? Yes! Alright, he just has to get to this next room, and he won't have to waste any time mixing any abilities. So he could make up time on FSS here. Yeah, and he does. He gets to it perfectly. Thank you, Quill. Hybrid's about a minute behind. However, when you can die in 7-2, when you can die in the wind tunnel, you could lose that minute very, very quickly in this game. Who knows? He could go for Crash Wheel, King Wheel in World 7 and wait 22 turns for a mini wheelie like Shasta does. Burning, FasterSuperSonic on that burning. I should probably learn burning because I do archaic tornado strats for this area. All the viewers at home who know this game are going to make fun of me, but I don't want to get hit like that and lose my ability and look like an absolute fool. I really like this ship level. It has one of the nicest aesthetics in the game. We only get to see it once, though. Alright, FSS doing the spark strats. There's a very difficult mix that you can do for UFO. It is, I think it's a something teenth tick. And it's risk it for the biscuit. You can save 15 seconds if you get it first try. If you get it second try, you break even with the safer strats. And it is really far in the mix roulette, so it's very hard. If you don't have UFO, you have to go into that room like you saw FSS do, grab laser, and then go and swim back, go in the other room. With UFO, you can skip all of that and just go straight to that thing, ignite it, ignite the cannon, get shot up, and chill, ball with your bros on the mast of a nice ship. Like, the ship aesthetics in this level are so cool. Like this, the blimp. Oh, Pro Hybrid going for UFO mix? He gets it first try! This is it! This is how you make a comeback, boys and girls! This is how you make a comeback! Yo! Yeah, so with UFO, you can use like the highest charge thing to break that metal block, and you're gonna see Pro Hybrid skip that room on the right. This is saving him, instantly saving him time. Oh, what is he doing? I have never seen someone do that in that room. That is... Okay. I have never seen anyone ignite that thing like that, but props to Pro Hybrid for getting that first try, you absolute madman. Still absolutely confused at what I saw, how to light that fuse, but hey man, you do you. You got UFO mix first try, and who am I to judge when you can do that? Like, what? What? It's okay to lose UFO here, because even if you bring it to the end of a level, they don't let you keep it throughout, because that would just be insanely overpowered. FasterSuperSonic.
It's the Nut Shack.
Please excuse me being ridiculously out of tune as well. But this is the Nut Shack. I've been saying this for maybe 3 years now, but there's coconuts that fall on your head. And it was like a meme 2 years ago, so of course it's the Nut Shack. Grandpa, please make a hack for that. That'd be sweet. Just hex at it some code. The level that Hybrid's in right now is a lot scarier in any percent, considering you need to keep your ability throughout the whole thing, and there are so many spots where you could just lose it and it instantly dies in the spikes or the water or any of that. But in 100%, it's just like, let's just kind of go through, don't care if I get hit. Wow. Hybrid's playing super well right now to get through. FasterSuperSonic fat Kirbying. We call it that when you just hold an ability or enemy in your mouth. Because if you get hit, you won't drop it. So you can kind of tank through a lot of things. It's safer. But again, you're giving yourself a bigger hitbox to take damage. And you can't float, so there's trade-offs. Hybrid really just the whole level behind right now, but again, he can come back. Ooh, FasterSuperSonic with that bad goal game. We're 35 minutes into the run and I haven't explained goal games yet? This is what happens when I don't have a colors commentator. So, goal games happen at the end of each level, and FasterSuperSonic just... Oh, that's what he's doing. So goal games are at the end of each level. It's that little trampoline minigame there. And you want to press A or B on the first frame that you're on the trampoline. That will cause you to get the lowest possible score, so you're in that room for the longest possible time. Each frame has a different height, and on some frames, you're at a height that is exactly at the level of the clouds or whatever, and you climb up. And the climb animation is really slow, and it wastes like 2 seconds. So it is not negligible. We're gonna see Pro Hybrid. Oh yeah! Try to get a double star. You can use a double star to break those metal blocks. I guess he's doing the UFO strat that I just somehow didn't really know about. It just wasn't on my radar, I guess. This ice physics are really, really hard. They really only decided to program ice physics into the game really late in the game, and they use it in very few levels. But I am very thankful for that, because they are beyond infuriating. If you don't know about, like, fast turning, then you're stuck in the skid animation for like a million years, and it is awful. Okay, Pro Hybrid doing different strats right here. You typically want to get a double star. However, you can just big shoot them with UFO. Twice, of course. Because the further you get into the game, the more health mid-bosses have. FSS. I didn't see how good his Meta Knight was, but considering he only has 1 damage on him right now, it was good. And it was good. Ooh! These platforms are also misleading as well. I really don't like them. The spot that you stand on them just doesn't feel consistent with the other platforms in the game. Ooh, that's a slow climb for Pro Hybrid. We might see a soft reset here as well to get more health for the next one. For the boss fight. Yep, and we do for Pro Hybrid. Let's see how FSS handles this room right here. Ooh, he did not want to pick up his ability as well. You just want to get this burning enemy. Because you need the burning to break these blocks up here, and you can't do that with any other ability. So you just have to graze the bottom of those, and then slam your face again, and oh, he's getting really unlucky. You have to be like on the same pixel. You have to be at the apex of your jump, and then press B to kill those blocks above you. It's very hard. Ooh! FSS, just kill yourself, just kill yourself. You want to instant mix these two enemies, this rock and this sortie right here. You want to mix them. Ooh, yeah. Just reset the room. Please, FSS, reset the room. You're gonna lose a million, trillion, billion hours. Dude, I don't know what it's going for. This is not safe. That wasn't safe, my guy. He doesn't know! Yeah, if you miss that mix, you want to inhale the block right beneath that cannon, or shot zone, because it's a Kirby enemy, they have to have a cute name. And just kill yourself to reset the room. Hybrid having the same troubles that FSS did in that, with those blocks right there. FSS handling Bonker as well in 7-2. 7-2 is a mid-boss gauntlet. Perfect RNG from Fan. That should be a, there we go. Kill the elephant. Fan can also put you into really long grab and throw animations, and his attacks are much less consistent than Bugsy. FSS, textbook Bugsy right there. It's okay. If you get 2 hits on Fire Lion... Oh, he killed Fire Lion! He killed Fire Lion! You really don't want to kill Fire Lion, as you can hear by my exasperation. What is Hybrid doing? What is he doing? Okay, that worked. Hybrid, what is this 7-2? Why is it working? My guy! What is happening? What is this jankness? FSS in a really tricky position right now. Hybrid, making it work somehow. Hybrid strats from Hybrid. Okay. There are very, very few timelines in which those strats that Hybrid did should have worked, and this was it. This was one of those very few strats. So I think that both runners got hit with different little bouts of, he doesn't know. FSS really should have known to kill himself in 7-1 after missing that mix. And Hybrid, you just have to learn 7-2, my guy. You should, according to MK Cocoon, you should never lose more than 6 to 8 seconds in 7-2. But now that Hybrid's got burning for this room, yeah. There's some fat time to be made up in 7-3. Why did he go right side? Nobody goes right side. That's really unsafe. Okay, he kind of... All the time he saved by getting burning over FSS have kind of been chucked out the window by that routing right there and missing the candy. Going back to get it is fine. But he's really... I think he could have made a better use of his advantage right there. We don't need burning in the room that FSS is in, because it's a lot more valuable to kill himself? I guess it's just a way to get health back. I actually did that against Halo Dude a year or 2 ago. I don't remember which match it was in, but I know it was against Halo Dude, because MK didn't know what was happening. So, if you slide that bomb block that the Sparky was, you know, like, trapped above, and he can take this weird, somehow conserve his velocity, like horizontal velocity as he falls, and just shoot to the side, and put you in that spark stun animation, and you just fall into that hole. And it happens to Sniper SR way more than anyone else, so it's called the Sniper Hole. So you can get Sniper Hold. It sucks. Getting a Sniper Hold is like watching everything happen in slow motion. It's like watching everything get thrown away. I mean, of course you get to do it again, and it doesn't waste the most time out of any failed strat in this game. Oh, that's a bonk for FSS. Wind Tunnel Room is scary. Scary wind tunnels, and he's gotten through. Woof. 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 A whole level lead for FSS. Having wheel into 7-6. Again, there's the DDD RNG, but as long as he plays somewhat consistently and does even safe strats, he can pull this one out. Like, what else is he gonna do? Die on Orb? That would be... Oh wait, Pro Hybrid doing the crash strats, yeah. Yeah, this is definitely FSS's. Yeah, Pro Hybrid's getting not great RNG. Oh, what?! How did he bonk like that and not give the... Yep, this is FSS's. So the reason that we use Spark is so we don't have to deal with RNG like this that Hybrid is getting. Like, wow. What? Oh. What? Oh. That's how long it took? How many was that? That was like 10. That was like 10 attacks before he got the mini wheel. Oh, Faster dropped his wheel. I mean, he's far into the level, and Pro Hybrid almost getting, stuck in the hole. Wait, what? Why doesn't he have wheel? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to question it. Yeah, Spark strats were invented so we didn't have to... Oop, Faster missing that mix. Doesn't really matter too much. Doesn't matter that he got hit. Ball is not an instant mix. It's actually right after the instant mix. So you have to wait 4 frames and then hit A. This is a weird champ. A weird champion. A regular chomp. We like to use ball to kill DDD because, again, it absolutely melts bosses. And that's what we like to do. We don't really like bosses, and we're like, oh... Okay, if you wait on the start screen... oh, Hybrid's dead. Whoops. If you wait on the start screen, it gives you the lore, like the little background, the plot to this game. So it kind of explains why you get launched into space and now you're fighting this...
Orb.
So you might be wondering why we're fighting a giant...
Orb.
In space. And there's not really too much explanation for it, or why he's a, why he takes the form of an
orb.
And again, we call this fight
orb
because you're fighting an
orb
in outer space. He does the same attacks every time, and you have to mash as fast as you can to get a fast fight, which FSS has done quite exquisitely. Oh, Hybrid doesn't even have ball. He's not even booling out right now. So this is the final boss that FSS is on right now. We call doors in this game final boss because doors that are floating in midair are actually harder than the final boss. Nightmare does the same attacks in the same order every single time. And you just need to shoot a star at him. And just, like, don't get hit, my guy. If you have a lot of health, this fight is trivial. Like, the only time you'd be worried if you have 1 health. And also, your mentality gets destroyed if you miss a hit. So that's something as well. One last hit for the Faster, the Super, the Sonic with a 47.55. My guy. Good stuff. Pro Hybrid on the orb. I missed his DDD. GG. Hey, and while you're here, don't forget to follow the runners. Don't forget to follow all of the amazing, perfect, super awesome commentators. Shoutouts to Hi Kirby. That's what we call that picture of Kirby right there. It looks like he's saying hi, and it's been an emote in the community forever. And it basically confirms that you got 100%. There was one race, I think it was between Sniper and MK, again, because those are 2 absolute hosers. But, Sniper got 99%. He's like, wait, where's the Hi Kirby? So the moral of the story is don't miss the switch. FSS might hop in here for interviews. I would like to make sure that we are not holding anyone up as well. So I'll check the speedgaming.org schedule. The schedule mobile. on SG1, and it appears that in 10 minutes we do have the Zelda 1 randomizer weekly race. I don't wish to hold them up, but we're not going to get kicked off because Hybrid's almost done. It was at 1 health. Oh no. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that is a final hit for Professional Hybrid with a 49-48. Good looks to him. Good job. However, that is the end of his tournament run. Always a joy to watch. Always a joy to commentate. Shoutouts to my commentating partner, Chooch236's voice in his head. Good job to everyone. Hi Kirby, Grandpa Wave. I'll be back for runs on Wednesday. I might calm stuff in between then and now, if there's any. Oh, congrats to Hybrid on the PB by 3 seconds. GG, indeed. Thank you all for coming out to watch Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland 100%. Good race. Close for the most part, and fun watch. This is also like a good race to learn off of what you should do and maybe what to avoid as well. Maybe some strats to do. 7-1. And some amazing top tier, god tier, perfect commentary. Kappa, forehead, one hand. PR chase. Don't forget to follow SpeedGaming on Twitch, subscribe to them on YouTube, and I'd very much like to thank all the mods and admins at SpeedGaming for making this possible, and for the stream space on SpeedGaming without any numbers, SpeedGaming 1. Shoutouts to the staff. Don't forget to go, again, follow the runners, follow the commentators, and don't forget to check the schedule for all of your other SpeedGaming needs. The next Kirby race is going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. with Reiner against Funky Cat 229, the Weed Man. Thank you all for stopping by. I will be handing it off to the Zelda guys.